get you out here well before the top of the hour because we want you to be able to get those bets in for the primetime games. That's what we do here on the drive-thru is get you live free picks from the primetime games tonight. And of course, we lean on our pick dogs, handicapping experts. So let's take a look at who is on the show for today. We got Brian Bitler bookends the show, so he's in here on Friday. Jovan Burts joins us, as does Zawacki. Center square leading off will be Joe Duffy. Of course, Coach Ruffalo will serve as co-host. Goran, with his EPL expertise, will join us. Joe D'Amico from Vegas. Rainy Vegas today, right?
Absolutely. The sun's starting to come out now. Even the sun knows that the Pick Dogs crew is lining up because there's going to be some great winners on the show today. So the sun's coming out just for us.
Just for us. Of course, Jeff Jeter will join us as well. All right, Chris, another week in the books here. Let's get it started.
Man, this week just flew by, but I'm ready for it ready to do it tonight because then it just means we get to next week even faster.
Absolutely. Let's bring him in. Joe Duffy. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs. Joe, how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty well. Got a big weekend in store. There's no football this weekend. What am I going to do?
Yeah, no football, but plenty of hoops coverage for this weekend. Mm-hmm. Of course, it's time to look at here at 1. This is the game you're looking at tonight at 8 Eastern time. Philadelphia 76ers at Minnesota Timberwolves with Philly laying 7 here, total 224.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a case with a lot of Sixers games from now until the playoffs start. But we got to keep an eye on Joel Embiid. Is he going to play tonight? It's probably going to be a game time decision, a little bit secretive up until game time. But I think he'll probably play. Road teams playing a bad team, and when the road team is in a bad stretch of defensive efforts, can be a little bit undervalued. 132, 82, and 1. Fading big home underdogs if that home underdog is not off of a low-scoring game or they don't have a substantial amount of rest, and neither team has an extreme record. In other words, the road favorite doesn't have a winning percentage above 800. The home underdog doesn't have a winning percentage below 200. The road team does very well there, 520, 364, and 27. Now, I said it's key. I saw most places where I looked, Embiid is projected to be in the starting lineup, but the Sixers, when they've had all of their regular starting 5, they've been tremendous this year, as dominant as any team in the league. I know some people may say, well, the Sixers suffer a letdown. I haven't found in the NBA regular season letdowns are a big thing. Maybe if a team plays double overtime and they're playing the next day, there might be a physical letdown, but mental letdowns haven't really fit into my handicapping because my experience, my computer kind of verifies that's not really much of an issue. So Philadelphia minus the 7. W marks the center square.
All right, center square there from Joe Duff here with the 76ers laying the 7 against Minnesota Timberwolves. Chris, we last saw the Timberwolves in that fast pace against the Warriors not being able to keep up, and it was just atrocious defense. Warriors really scoring at will.
Yeah, but to tell you the truth, one is atrocious defense not been associated with the Minnesota Timberwolves. I mean, if we're being honest, but just at this game, I just see the Sixers are the far better team, the far healthier team, and Karl Anthony Towns continue to be out for the Timberwolves. I think that's still going to make an impact on this Timberwolves team. So, the Sixers, as much as I don't like to back them in certain spots and back them on the road, I gotta like them in this spot.
Yeah, Sixers there, of course, D'Angelo Russell also banged up as well. All right, Joe, a nice night tonight. Good action in the NBA. We got some hoops going on. What you have going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Yeah, interconference total of the year among 2 NBA wise guy plays plus 5 majors, and I just have a ton of systems on this one game. Everything seems to be pointing in the same direction. It makes me a little nervous that everything seems to be pointing there, but it is one of my biggest plays of the year. Get it at Pick Dogs, and as soon as I'm done with you guys, going to maybe grab something to eat, and then we're going to work on the big portfolio for Saturday, and I'll be getting up nice and early when my databases are updated to finalize the plays. We got a big weekend in store.
Big weekend in store, no doubt about that. College hoops, NBA there. Picking up from Joe Duffy over at Pig Dogs. You get his plays for tonight, and then use that winnings into one of those long-term passes. You see the 3, 7, and 30-day pass. You'll get all plays that Joe Duffy releases over at Pig Dogs Premium in the time period that you choose there. All right, Joe, as always, great having you on the show. Have yourself a great weekend, and we'll talk with you next week.
We'll have a great show as always, gents.
All right, everybody, Joe Duffy here on the drive-thru. All right, we'll continue on here with our coverage, and let's head over to Las Vegas and welcome Joe D'Amico of the show. You know, Joe's been very good to us here on the show. Joe, how you doing? I know your record's been outstanding.
I am wonderful, Tony, Chris. I'm here with some of my favorite people in the world. I'm glad to be sharing a screen with one of my favorite people, Brian Bitler, my Bash brother, some great people. Yes, another big free game winner on the Wednesday show to bring my free play record right here on the Pick Dog Show. 42-13, guys, documented. If my free plays hit 42-13, what are my premium plays going to do for you?
Absolutely. What will they do for you? Is just keep it win and win. You know what, Joe? Let's take a look here at the game you selected here. It has a familiar tune to it, right? Mavericks at the Jazz. Jazz laying 4. Total sits here at 2:23, 10 p.m. Eastern time. This is your ESPN game late nights with a Jazz favorite.
Now, Tony, Chris, I've got a question before I go into this free play for everyone. What do you think the NBA's favorite music is? I'm going to tell you in one word. The answer is jazz. That's right, the Utah Jazz. They've won 10 in a row straight up and against the spread, and that does include Wednesday night's 116-104 thumping over the Dallas Mavericks. Guys, that was without All-Star Donovan Mitchell, who is most likely sidelined again here tonight. Folks, it won't matter. That was Utah's 12th series win in the last 15 games against the Mavericks. Sports fans, Dallas has seen the return of a few key players, but to use the word rust is an understatement. Until this team shakes off that rust, they are no match for the striding and streaking Utah squad. Lay the points with Utah, guys, and enjoy that sweet sound of the Jazz.
All right, sweet sound of the Jazz here. Joe here on the Utah Jazz laying the 4 against the Dallas Mavericks. You know, Chris, you look at the visitor reports, the Jazz playing outstanding during this win and cover streak. I think they're like number 1 in offense, 2 in defense. But when you look at Dallas, the defense has just been atrocious.
Yeah, I mean, first off, we talk about the Jazz. I mean, this was the story last game against Dallas. Was everybody was writing them off because Donovan Mitchell was out, and this Jazz team is just next man up, and they're ready to go, and they put the boots to the Mavs. But Tony, like you said, the Mavs just, again, we're gonna start. It's a joke that I use multiple times, but the Dallas Mavericks, because there is absolutely no D associated with this team. They just can't play defense. They can't get a stop, and it's starting to really affect this team. It's affecting them on the scoreboard. I wouldn't be surprised if we see the Jazz hit 120 tonight on this Dallas team. It's getting bad.
Yeah, it's getting bad, and you're thinking of Doncic and Porzingis. Kind of reminds me there of McCullough and Lillard, where it's just a two-man team. You don't talk about anybody else because there isn't anybody else. They've got to get to. They're not getting the production here from their supporting cast. All right, Joe, let's continue to write this Utah Jazz and winner circle. Let's get that win coming home now. Good night of hoops tonight. What you have going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Well, Tony, Chris, guys, unfortunately, I had one game remaining, my Atlantic 10 payday play, but we got to roll with the punches during this health-conscious time. My game has been postponed. It was in St. Louis and Richmond. That's okay, though. My college basketball is riding a 6-2 run. I've been hot all season in college basketball. Guys, tomorrow I have a game of the month situation. It's going to be up after midnight tonight Pacific Standard Time. I want to make sure that line is settled and stabilized before I put it out for all you, my followers. Make sure you get that game of the month. I'm going to tell you why. If you never bet another bet again, ever, you need to be a part of this winner. This can make your season. And to be honest with you, just go and get my college basketball season discounted package, guys. Get it right now. Get this game of the month situation tomorrow. I promise you that season discounted package will pay for itself before your head hits the pillow Sunday night, before the weekend ends. This is going to be one of the most profitable and enjoyable college basketball weekends I have ever had in my 20-plus year professional career. Come join me. Follow me. Join me in the winner's circle this weekend.
Yeah, the winner's circle with Joe D'Amico, game of the month coming up here over at Pig Dogs. Pick that up, and when you cash that winner, just make that upgrade to the long-term pass, that 7-day, 30-day all sports pass. That is the best value over at Pig Dogs Premium. You'll get every play that Joe releases on the site for the time that you select. All right, Joe, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that success. We're bringing this Utah Jazz winner home again. We'll make it 11 straight ATS and against the spread with this Jazz team. They're on fire.
on fire. I want to thank you, Tony, Chris, the rest of my dear friends here on the panel, my best brother, Brian Bitler. Whatever he says, tell you. If he tells you today's Arbor Day, throw out your calendar. The guy's the best. I love him. Can't wait for Brian to come out here, visit me in Vegas. Brian, I've got the extra room set up, and I've got bail money waiting. To everybody out there, thank you for having me. And to all the followers of yours, good luck and have a winning day.
Good luck, have a winning day. Joe D'Amico here on the drive-thru, and we'll see Joe next week. All right, Joe D'Amico. Check him out over at Pig Dogs Premium, guys. And a reminder, as you're watching our show, subscribe to our channel. Free picks every day. Now, we all get started in the morning. This is every day with Mitch's show, 10 a.m. Eastern time. Now, on Saturday, you're going to have Mitch. You're going to have Chris, Rod Zawacki, and, of course, Brian Bitler, as well as Ron Romanelli joining. There's a 5-man crew for you on the weekends because it's a big card from NBA and college hoops, so be sure to tune in. And, of course, help us out. Help us build up our audience because, oh, man, we got a full show. We're getting 9 picks on this show. Give us that thumbs up, that like. We greatly appreciate it. Chris, it helps us out a lot.
Absolutely, it does. I mean, you look at some of the content we've been dishing out. Tony, like you mentioned, tomorrow's an absolutely loaded show. There's at least 100 college basketball games. We're going to have a bunch of picks from those, NBA, NHL, and it all is because of the support that we get from the Pick Dogs family. Guys, it doesn't cost you a thing. It's right underneath the video. You're watching it anyways. All you just got to do is hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed to us, so you know when we're on the air. But either way, it allows us to give you guys premium content and helps us reach an audience we may not have yet. So only allows us to grow this community bigger and bigger. But no matter what, at the end of the day, we always appreciate this.
We appreciate the support from everyone at Pig Dogs, the community there, chat. Of course, that thumbs up, that like is what we're looking for. That helps us move up the rankings and increase our audience. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Welcome, Jovan Burts, to the show. Jovan, how you doing today?
What's going on, fellas? I'm doing all right.
Are doing all right, kind of navigating a different NBA as we are. Always dealt with the injuries. Now we're dealing with COVID, so a lot going on in this world, and it applies to sports. But Jovan, you're going to be looking at one of the games here, starting here at 8 Eastern time. It's LA Clippers here back-to-back on the road here facing Orlando Magic. Now this line's moved considerably because it looks like some of their superstars may be in the lineup for the Clippers. LA Clippers laying 6.5. Total sits here at 218.
Yeah, well, surprisingly, I'm on the Orlando Magic. Now, we all know the latest reports have Kawhi Leonard and Paul George playing. And, of course, all the metrics, stats, trends point to the Clippers winning big. But consider this. The Clippers are on the second night of a back-to-back. And as we saw with the Lakers last night, even the best teams lose games they're supposed to win. In the Magic's loss against the Clippers on Wednesday, Aaron Gordon had one of his worst games of his career, only scoring 3 points. And I think that he's going to want to redeem himself in a big way tonight, especially against one of the better teams in the NBA. Nikola Vucevic and Evan Fournier have been playing good ball, but they're going to need their big dog to show up if they want a chance to win tonight. I just believe they'll play tough enough to cover the spread.
All right, Joanne says, go ahead and take Orlando, relying on the at Magic, those 4 scores there on the court for Orlando here. Of course, we got Chris, 2 players coming back for the Clippers, but the rest of them were on played back-to-back. They've been shorthanded a little while here, but this line big here for Orlando.
Yeah, it is, and it's for good reason. I think for me at least, I would have to wait until to see we have a confirmed report. It may not come until tip-off. So right now, I would lean towards if Paul George and or Kawhi both sit. But like Jovan said, everybody's going to be on a back-to-back. But you know what? This whole back-to-back thing is nothing new for Kawhi because of the load management era. So, I do think the Magic have potential to bounce back. But again, I would wait to see the status of Paul George and Kawhi Leonard before fully locking that in because I think that this line's going to move regardless. So that's kind of where I'm at on this one.
All right, Joanne, give us your final thoughts on this game.
I mean, my final thoughts on this game is the Orlando, they played a bad game last game against the Kings. But before that, they were playing pretty good. Keeping teams within this number at least. Losing by 3 points, losing by 1 point, winning by 7, 8, 9 points against Charlotte on their back-to-back. So they were playing at least a little bit better until the last game. But you have to get that out of your mind when it comes to sports betting and look at the bigger picture. They are 8-11 in. They're pretty close to 500 at home. So, they should keep it close this game.
All right, you're getting over 2 possessions here with Orlando plus the 6.5 with Jovan's play. All right, Jovan, nice hoops action tonight. We got NBA, of course. We got college up there tomorrow. Huge college basketball card. What you got going on over at Big Dog Spring? We see past 30 days approaching 400 units of profit documented.
Yeah, I had to right the ship a little bit after a few days last week of things going downhill. But now I'm back. The winning streak's going. It's going to continue tonight. I have my free money Friday going a 3-pack NCAA ball. Also have my NBA play of the night from Free Money Friday. That's going to hit big. And just going to cruise into the weekend. Keep on hitting these winners.
That's right. Keep hitting those winners from Jovan Burts over at Big Dog Spring. You see the numbers approaching 400 units of profit over the past 30 days. Pick up that one-day pass from Jovan tonight. Get those winnings. Make the upgrade to the long-term pass. You see there, 3-day, 7-day, 30-day. You get every play that Jovan releases at Big Dogs Premium. All right, Jovan, as always, great having your show. Continue that success. We'll talk to you. You're back here on Monday.
Have a good weekend, fellas.
All right, everybody. Jovan Burts here on the drive-through, one of the New York Cappers here on the show, performing very well, as you can see him up there on the rankings. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-through. And we're getting some action from Chris Ruffalo today. We're going over to this Ohio-Buffalo game. This one will get started top of the hour. ESPNU will televise this one. So let's go ahead and get the this game set up for Chris Ruffalo. Let's go over here, and we've got the game. Boy. Here we go. Let's push it up. Ohio and Buffalo. Buffalo here going to lay 2.5. This one at 7 Eastern time on ESPNU. Total sits here at 160, Chris.
Yeah, this was definitely a game that stood out to me. I love my fair share of action, especially going into the weekend. But, you look at Ohio and Buffalo. This Ohio team has been playing a lot better since getting their leading scorer, Jason Preston, back in the lineup. But you know what? Even when he was out, they weren't playing well. But this was still a team that boasted 4 double-digit scores, and now they have a 5th back with Preston. On the other side, Buffalo, the class of the MAC for the last couple of years, alongside teams like Akron and teams of that nature. But, I'm still looking at this game, and I gotta say, for the free pick, I'm loving the over in this spot. These two teams combined 17-6 to the over this year. Again, like I said, a combined 9 double-digit scores between the two teams. Both of these teams know how to score. Both of these teams are giving upwards of 75 points a game on defense, scoring in the 80s. This is one of those typical, higher scoring MAC games that I could see both teams finishing in the 80s. Something like an 81 would slice it, because we both know both teams are capable of pulling off a win in that respect. I gotta like my chances with the over here. I could see this one easily hitting 170.
All right, Chris Ruffalo here on over 160, Ohio-Buffalo, 7 p.m. Eastern time. This one on ESPNU. All right, Chris, let's go ahead and take a look at the numbers here, man. You just got your NHL has just been going on fire, holding steady here in college hoops, moving up the ladder here, over 1,400 units of profit now in college hoops. NHL over 700 units of profit. We got a small card NHL, but I know we'll have more games on Saturdays. For good weekend coming up here. What you got going on over at Big Dogs Premium?
Well, we had the Friday 5-point swing go off today, so I think we're done for today. But that doesn't mean you guys can't sign up for one of those longer-term packages. I'll still have a couple plays going off tonight when you get one of those. Or even the 3-day pass, that's going to be some of your best value anywhere you find, because we all know I put some of the bigger packages out on the website, good or bad. But, you always know you're going to get with me. You know what? Any of the cappers on this website are going to give you some of the best content that you're going to find anywhere on the internet. You get one of the 7-day, 30-day, or yearly passes, season passes. You can see the college hoops and the NHL for me up there. Guys, we're only getting started. This is going to stretch out for a few more months at least. Hop on one of those season passes or longer-term packages. They will have it paid off by the end of the weekend, latest as early as next week. So you know what? Those are going to be your best savings. The opportunities are endless over at Pick Dogs Sports Chat Plays Premium. Go check it out. You won't be sorry.
You won't be sorry. Check out Chris Ruffalo there. Pick up the season passes up there right now over college hoops. Of course, the NHL is heating up here for Chris Ruffalo. You want to try him out for the weekend? Get that 3-day pass from Chris. Of course, take those winnings and make that upgrade to the season pass from Chris Ruffalo over at Pick Dogs Premium. All right, let's continue on here on the show as we will now welcome into the show Rod Zawacki. You'll find him, by the way, Rod, not only on our show, but he's always also on the morning show. And on Saturday, it's every day at 10 a.m. Eastern time. There'll be a 5-man crew in there with Mitch, Rod, and Brian Bitler and Ron Romanelli. So let's go ahead and bring him in. It is Rod Zawacki. Rod, how you doing tonight?
Doing good, Tony. Doing good. Happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Steak Friday to everybody out there. And, of course, you're going to be looking at one of the marquee matchups here from college basketball. This one will be on Fox 1, 9 Eastern time. It's Iowa at Illinois. Illinois going to be laying 2 here. Total sits here 162.
Yeah, big, huge Big Ten matchup here tonight on Friday night. Iowa coming into Indiana at home. Now takes the road. Here comes to Illinois. Illinois off a big win off of Penn State. They should have won. They definitely needed to beat Penn State. For me, the defense on Illinois is way better than the Iowa defense. Iowa, they play no defense whatsoever. They just try to run and gun the whole game. As we know, with Garza leading the way. Illinois on their own end, they've got Kofi Cockburn here. He's shooting 70% on the year from the field goal straight. He also great at rebounding the ball. He grabs 10 rebounds a game. He also grabbing 7 defensive rebounds a game. So for me, Iowa can definitely run and gun with Iowa, but that Illinois defense is going to show up tonight and shut down Iowa a little bit, enough to get Illinois the win. For me, the biggest thing is I don't see why Iowa is even a dog in this, as you say. There's no way. I think the bookmaker here is begging you to take Iowa by having them as the plus points here. Wrong team favored in this one. Take Illinois on Friday night. Get a big marquee win for their resume.
All right, Illinois here laying the 2 against the Iowa Hawkeyes. All right, Chris, we often talk about McCaffrey's defense here. With Iowa, they don't play as now they're on the road, and their defensive numbers have not been as sharp.
No, they haven't. I mean, that's not necessarily a good thing when these are 2 of the top offensive teams in the nation, and they're combining for 172 points per game this season. Illinois, 8 games they've scored 80-plus points. On the other, Iowa's gone over 80 in 12 of their 15 games, including, 8 games more than 93, over 100. So this, I think, personally, my lean in this one was to over. I just think this is a shootout, no matter which way you slice it. I can see it being games where one of the teams hits 90, hits 80, whichever way you slice it. But the side was just too hard for me to call on this one personally.
All right, Rod, why is the side on Illinois better bet than the over?
For me, it's Illinois needs this win more. They're going to come out way more motivated than Iowa, and for me, it's going to be Cockburn. Cockburn's going to be all over Garza. Garza's going to be definitely in for a little bit of Cockburn tonight on Friday night.
All right, there with Illinois here laying the 2. All right, Rod, let's take a look here for tonight's action over at Pig Dogs Premium. We can see the numbers here in NBA over plus 465 units of profit. We got a nice big NBA card tonight. There'll be a big one tomorrow. There's 8 games tomorrow. We got a huge card from College Hoops coming up Saturday. What you got going on tonight over at Pig Dogs Premium?
I still got 5 plays going on tonight. I've got 3 NBA. You can either grab the NBA as a separate NBA birdcage available over at Pig Dogs Premium, or you can grab, I have 3 NBA and 2 college basketball in my porter. We're gonna eat big tonight.
Eat big tonight. It's a Steak Friday. I thought I heard a porterhouse in there, in there somewhere. Not a porter, but a porterhouse, right?
You did.
I did. Good.
Porterhouse.
Good.
Porterhouse 5-pack. You'll get my 3 NBA and 2 college basketball. Cash in big. Don't miss out.
Don't miss out on that Porterhouse 5 there from Rod Zawacki over at Pig Dogs Premium. Get those winnings from tonight's package from Rod and upgrade to one of those long-term passes. You see it right there, 3, a 7, and 30-day pass. That's the best value over at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, as always, great having your show. Of course, Chris Ruffalo is in a food coma as we speak. But you yourself have a great night. Tomorrow morning, you're on at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, bright and early with Mitch and company.
You bet. big, huge Saturday college card as well. We'll be diving into it big. So,
all right,
let's go. Big weekend coming.
Big weekend coming up, guys. Lots of hoops coverage. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-through as we got Chris resuscitated here for the next segment here. It's time to.
I heard Porterhouse. I heard Porterhouse. I went. I was gone.
Oh yes, I don't blame you, guys. Keep those. By the way, keep those thumbs up and likes coming in. We want to help us grow the audience. We still have a lot more picks coming. By the way, for those of you just tuning in, if you miss any of the picks, we got 9 picks on today's show. We will recap all of them at the end, so stay tuned for that. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-through. He bookends the show Mondays and Fridays. It's Brian Bitler. How you doing, Brian?
Wake up, Chris. Wake up, Chris. It's time to go. I got a big one coming, man. I can't have you falling into a food coma. I am amped and pumped and ready. The second half of the Bash Brothers, me and Joe Vico, my brother.
That's right. Ready. Okay, we're going to be looking here at a game. We're going back to Fox 1. You guys pick these games on Fox 1 all the time. All right, 11 Eastern time, Boise State and Colorado State. And let's take a look at the numbers in this one. We got Boise State laying 2.5, total 145.5. You're going to keep us up late, Brian, 11 Eastern time.
Yeah, I hate staying up late, but I'm giving you guys, this is my top college basketball play today, my top premium play. I'm giving it to my friends on the drive-through absolutely free. Guys, get on Boise State. This is a perfect revenge spot matchup for them. They just lost by 22 on Wednesday. This team's going to come out fighting mad. And let's not forget, they've been a good bounce-back team this season. They are 6-0-1 against the spread last 7 following an ATS loss. And even better, 10-1 against the spread following a straight-up loss. This is a big game for them if they want to win that Mountain West. And I really feel like they're going to come out and absolutely stomp on the Rams tonight. Take Boise State, easy cover, easy win, take it to the bank.
All right, Boise State, 11 Eastern time, Fox 1 here on Boise State minus the 2.5 against Colorado State. All right, Chris, I know you've been around this Colorado State Rams team a lot this season. Looking at Boise State, your thoughts?
Yeah, Colorado State ended up on my naughty list around Christmas, and they haven't really been taken off. But Boise State, like Brian said, I think they need a bounce back here, and they need a solid performance and a bounce back to sort of really be taken seriously. I think a contender in the Mountain West. They had a hot start, and this is the first real, I think, adversity we've seen since that season opening loss. I think it was to San Diego State. But you know what? I think that I agree. I think Boise State, I think they just had an off night. This is still a really good Boise State team, and Colorado State, not a team even looking to really get behind, even getting points at home. I think this is a bad spot for the Rams.
All right, the alarm clock rings. The fire alarm's out here on Boise State. Time to wake up and get back here on the win column here against Colorado State. All right, Brian, good night in the NBA. We got some college hoops going on. And let's take a look here, boy. Documented over 700 units of profit in the NBA. What you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
I'll tell you what, a special deal that I didn't give out on the live show this morning, only right here on the drive-through. $75 gets you my 3-day pass, so it'll take you through all the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm going to have a lot of plays tomorrow. And still tonight, I got my NBA titanium investment. Pick it up. It's going to be an easy winner for $30 at pickdogs.com premium pick section. Also, I think, I still have 3 active plays tonight for subscribers, so make sure you check that out. Pick up that $75 3-day pass. It's $40 off the normal price.
Yeah, that $40 off normal price. Get that 3-day pass right now from Brian Bitler. You see the numbers here. Over 700 units of profit from the NBA. He had a fantastic college football run season, I should say, and a good time to pick up one of those 3-day passes. He's reduced for you here for this week. It's a big weekend of action. Hoops, huge card from college hoops. We got some NBA going on tonight and tomorrow and through Sunday. So get on board right now with Brian Bitler over at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, just to note, Brian is on the morning show tomorrow at the 10 a.m. Eastern time. So tune in with Chris, Mitch, and company. And, of course, you're back here on Monday on the drive-thru.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait to get back on Monday for the drive-thru, but I'm all psyched for tomorrow's Saturday college basketball card, my favorite day of the week. I'm going to try to contain myself to 5 picks. Sometimes I go crazy and get 7, but tune in tomorrow. Going to be a big day. Big day
tomorrow to start us off at 10 a.m. Eastern time with the morning show. All right, Brian, have a great night. We'll talk to you here on the drive-thru on Monday. All right, everybody, Brian Bitler here on the show. All right, we'll continue on here on the drive-thru. Guys, keep those thumbs up and likes coming in. It helps us grow our audience. And again, for those of you joining us late, We will recap every play at the end of the show. There are 9 picks on today's show, so be sure to stay tuned for the recap. All right, let's continue on here. We're going to welcome to the show Jeff Jeter. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs Premium. Jeff, how you doing today?
Doing great today, Tony. Ready for the weekend. Big weekend up here this week. So
big weekend up tonight. Then we're going to get started here in a Big Apple game here with Cavaliers and Knicks. This one at 7:30 Eastern Time. NBA League Pass channel has the Knicks laying 2. Total sits here at 209.
Yeah, and these two teams have played twice already here on the season. The Knicks won the first round, actually won both of them, but won the first round 95-86 back on December 29th, and came right back here 2 weeks ago on January 15th. Knicks won 106-103. And the thing of it is that second game went over the total, but if you look, it closed out at 195.5. I mean, it's probably one of the lowest totals we've seen in the NBA this season. But keep in mind, even without Kevin Love and Matthew Dellavedova, looks like Reggie Bullock's going to be out for the Knicks tonight. We're still seeing this total go up to 209. These are 2 of the slowest paced teams in the league and have been for a while. We look at it right now. Cleveland, they're yielding an average of 105.4 points per game. The Knicks are averaging about 101.5 per game. It puts them 29th and 30th, respectively, in the league. So, I mean, I know that total does seem awfully low in this dandy, but I'm going to stick with the under in this thing. This is just going to be one of those typical Cavs-Knicks games that, it's going to be the first to 100 wins. I mean, I just don't see any way else to bet this one.
All right, shop that number because there's some 210s popping up even better. So keep an eye up there on the under here, Cavaliers and Knicks in this one. All right, Chris, this Cavaliers team, I think since Colin Sexton came back 4 games ago, the team's got a little perk to them.
Yeah, they do, and it's nice to sort of see the Cavaliers have a bit of a lift for a team that's kind of really struggled since LeBron left and since Kyrie left. But as far as this game goes, I think Jeff's 100% bang on. I mean, this was a game that I took as the under as well because, these are 2 teams that, the Knicks were playing great defense coming into this one, or at least for the early part of the season. But the Cavaliers, well, they're going to do what the Cavaliers do, and that's just going to be play tight, slugfest games. And I wouldn't be surprised if neither team got to 100 in this one, so I like the under.
All right, okay, the Knicks here to slow it down, focus on that defense for Thibodeau there. And, of course, they're not a very good shooting team, so they're going to have to really focus there on rebounding. All right, Jeff, good night of action. I know we talked before the show. NASCAR is on the way, and I know you have an early bird pass up there right now. But as for tonight, what you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I got my basketball Fast Break Friday coming up here up to the top of the hour. It's got 2 NBA picks for this evening as well as 3 from college basketball. And as you mentioned, as we always talk about, big weekend of college hoops this weekend. Don't forget about those 3-day, 7-day passes, 30-day pass as well. I did today just put up my season-long NASCAR package for the year. We're 2 weeks away from racing action here at Daytona International Speedway. Can't wait for the 2021 season to get underway, and got a special price out there for all you guys here tonight, just for this weekend. So it's $450 whole year, 91 races, ton of picks, one of the best values you'll get for my NASCAR plays for the entire year. So be sure to hop on that early before the price goes up or back to normal, and looking forward to the racing season here in a couple weeks.
Racing is coming up tonight, coming up soon. Of course, check out Jeff Jeter over at Pig Dogs Premium. He's got his pass going on for tonight. Of course, take those winnings, make that upgrade to the long-term pass, or get on board with that earlier pass from NASCAR from Jeff Jeter here at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, Jeff, as always, great having your show. We'll talk with you next week, and we'll have you for the last segment.
All right, sounds good.
All right, everybody, Jeff Jeter here on the drive-thru. We'll continue our coverage, and of course, now it's time to bring in Goran Kucar. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs Premium. He's doing very well with his European soccer selection, so we're going to get one here from Goran. Goran, how are you?
Hey, Tony. Hey, Chris. I'm great. excited for another great weekend and can't wait to watch the Everton game tomorrow.
All right, Everton game on tomorrow. All right, here's the game you have for the show. This is the two-way line you're looking at right here. Arsenal and Man U. It's Man U favored here. Total sits at 2.5 goals.
Absolutely, yeah. That's the best game of the day tomorrow. And both Arsenal and Manchester United have greatly improved their forms from the start of the season. And that's the two completely different teams, especially Arsenal, who haven't lost in their last 6 EPL games. And on the other side, you have Manchester United, the team that still wasn't defeated on the road this season, which is absolutely amazing. But they played against Sheffield United at home this week, and they lost, actually. And Sheffield is the weakest team in the EPL this season, and that just sucked. And here, Arsenal has some injuries, and it's still unknown if Aubameyang is going to be playing. But it's not that I'm confident in Arsenal's offense. I'm not confident at all at Manchester's defense, and for that reason, I think we're going to see both teams to score here and over 2.5 for sure.
All right, here's Goran's pick. Arsenal, Manchester United, over 2.5 goals. Both teams to score, both to come in. The return here is plus 105. All right, EPL. Chris, your thoughts here in this matchup?
Yeah, this was a hard game for me to call because United did not look good against Sheffield, and Arsenal's been underperforming all season long. But I think that the defense or lack thereof is going to be the story in this game. I think Gord's 100% right with this one. I could easily see it being a 2-2 game or 2-1 win for either team. But again, I like the over both teams to score to come in.
All right, over 2.5 goals. Lots of goals here. Both teams to score. Both got to come in. That's a combination. And you return plus 105. All right, Goran, let's take a look here. What you got going on over here at Pig Dogs Premium. Look at the past 7 days. 586 units of profit returned with your European soccer pick. So you're doing very well. What you got going on Pig Dogs Premium for this weekend?
Absolutely, Tony. As usual, there's a lot of free picks at Sports Chat Place, and there's a 3-day and 7-day pack up already, and the season actually half a season pack since the half a season is gone. And I went 8-1 in the last 3 days, and I've been on fire as of late. The games are good tomorrow, and I have a nice 5-pack getting ready for tomorrow, and it's going to be nothing but winners.
Nothing but winners from Goran Kucar. You'll find them over at Pig Dogs Premium. You see the numbers there. Over 586 units of profit past 7 days. So get on board with this 3-day pass. Get the weekend coverage here from European Soccer. Get those winnings. Make it a 3-day pass with the upgrade from Goran at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, Goran, as always, great having you show. Have yourself a great weekend. Of course, we mentioned Sports Chat Place, and I know you put a lot of content up there at that site.
Yeah, basically every day, whenever there's a game in the top leagues, there's a free pick on the Sports Chat Place.
That's right. Sports Chat Place there is where you can find a lot of Goran's written content. All right, Goran, have a great night. We'll talk with you next week.
Enjoy your weekend, guys.
All right, everybody, Goran Kucar here on the drive-thru. Guys, reminder, stay tuned for the end of the show. We'll recap every play. But now it's time for yours truly. I'm going to pick my game tonight. It's going to be from the Big West between UC San Diego and Long Beach State. This one has Long Beach State laying 3, total 153.5. You can watch this one on ESPN+. And the pick in this one is going to be with the 49ers here at -3. You know what? Long Beach State's played well against the Big West. When you see them against teams in their conference, they've shot the ball well, 48%, and they're defending, holding teams to 41%. They do have an impressive win. Cal State Bakersfield's played well this year. They got to win against them. But look at the Tritons. They've lost 4 of 5. They've allowed 46% shooting in those losses. 49ers, well, against the Big West, they're shooting the ball, hitting the threes. 43% against the conference opponents from 3, holding opponents to 28% from beyond the arc. Tritons near the bottom in offensive efficiency against the Big West. They commit a high number of turnovers. They've been really poor scoring and defending around the hoop. I'm going to take Long Beach State here, lay the 3. Chris, have you paid much attention to these teams in the Big West?
I have, and first off, I gotta address the elephant in the room. They changed their name to the Beach, which still confuses me, but that's besides the point. I think it goes to tell you something when I didn't even know about UC San Diego. I thought it was the San Diego Toreros that kind of switched conferences. And then I come into it finding out that the Tritons are now the second San Diego team in the country. And Tony, like you said, this team, it's not been good. It's more like the Tritons have been underwater. It's been all downhill for San Diego from the get-go. I'm with you. I like Long Beach State. This is a battle-tested Long Beach State team, and I think they come out and put the boots to San Diego here.
All right, going to here on the 49ers laying the 3 against UC San Diego, 7 Eastern time. You can find it on ESPN Plus on television. Okay, all right, guys. Don't forget to check out Pig Dog Stream. I got a 3-pack going on tonight, so check out the site. I'm up there at Pig Dogs Premium with a 3-pack. I also have a long-term pass, the 7 and 30-day pass there on the site. Three winners for you from Hoops tonight. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru, and this is a time where we recap the picks from tonight's show. So let's take a look at all 9 picks. Jeff Jeter will join us here for this segment. It all got started here with Joe Duffy. He says, take the 76ers, lay the 7 against the Timberwolves. Joe D'Amico, Jazz -4 against the Mavericks. Jovan, take the Magic +6.5 against the Clippers, looking for a big bounce back from Aaron Gordon. Chris, Ohio, Buffalo over 160. Rod, Illinois laying 2 against Iowa. It was Brian Bitler, Boise State -2.5 against Colorado State. Jeff Jeter, Cavaliers, Knicks under 209. Goran, this combo to come in. Arsenal, Manchester over 2.5 goals. Both teams to score. They both got to come in. Your return +105. Yours truly, Long Beach State laying the 3 against UC San Diego. Let's start with Chris. Other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
Well, forgive me, Tony. I'm going to have to do a callback to the 90s. I feel like I'm in the Mighty Ducks movie because I'm going to have to go between the Bash brothers. I like Joe's Jazz -4, and I like Brian's Boise State -2. I think I can parlay those up and come out a huge winner tonight.
All right, let's go over to Jeff. Same question. Other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
Definitely like the over 160 in the Ohio-Buffalo game, and I'll go right back to the Jazz with Joe D'Amico from the other night. I mean, that's one of my favorite bets on the board tonight.
Yeah, I'm going to go there with Joe D as well. I'll take the Jazz -4 against the Mavericks to make it 11-0 straight up, 11-0 against the spread here from the Utah Jazz. They have just been playing terrific basketball, and of course, Dallas, we talked about, the defense has been terrible. All right, guys, that's the drive-thru. We're back on Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Don't forget, it all gets started in the morning every day. There's weekend shows here on the channel, and it's the morning show with Mitch, Rod. We've got Chris Ruffalo, Brian Bitler, and of course, on the weekends, Ron Romanelli. 10 a.m. Eastern Time. So tune in. Huge cards from college hoops. I know there's 8 games from the NBA. There'll be a lot of coverage there, so check it out. All right, let's go ahead and bring in our Pick Dogs crew from tonight's show. And we'll give ourselves a nice wave goodbye. You guys have yourself a great night. And we'll talk to you guys on the drive-thru tomorrow, next week.